Good morning, how are you doing? It is Monday and we are back for another week. Going to get this load finished off of feed now. The mixer has the beans in it, I believe. I'm just going to have a double check. So the mill's all empty. Need to find the tractor. Don't know where the tractor is. I have to go walking. Let's climb up this thing. There we go, there's the beans, all in there, and there's a fair bit in there, it looks like. So that's got about 5 ton of barley to be added to it. And then to join the other, there's already 6 ton in this end. So we'll move the trailer forward once this is full and then get the other end full. This was a lot easier when I had a spare tractor, but we don't now. We only have these. Oh, the tractor's there, it's hiding. We've only got these two. I've got the Landini out there, but I don't think that'll tip a trailer. Its hydraulics are a bit weird. So if I manage to get the hydraulics working, it's a great start, and it's covered myself in dust. If I can get the hydraulics working, then I can at least use that to move the trailer. Because if not, what I've got to do is, because it's 2 loads of this, it's moving the tractor around a lot. So if I put the trailer there first, like where it is, I can reach to come into here with the telehandler and in and out without getting in the way. I can move it just with the telehandler. It's not great for it, but I can lift it up and pull it forward a bit, which is what I did because the spout's too close to the front of the trailer. Fill it up as high as it can go and then push it backwards and just put the rest in at the front. And then when I've finished milling this barley, the tractor will come back off the mill onto the trailer so I can then move the trailer backwards and forwards as I fill it. So it's a bit of a faffy system, really. It's not ideal. Telehandler's covered in mud again. So I keep trying to keep the front wheels clean because the front wheels actually almost go into the pile of barley when we're filling. Obviously, this is the barley we picked up last week, that pile there at the end. So that's going to get used first because that's not treated, although it's on top of the treated barley. We'll just use that first. It's fresh and that'll be good. But yeah, clean wheels is better. That's when someone else has been using it. This week, I think I'm going to turn this over as well. Get this flipped the right way up and put at the back. Because then if I ever need to fill a bag, I can use that to fill a bag. Just-ish. Don't work brilliantly, but it'll work enough. So planning on having a bit of a tidy up in here later on in the week. Really funnily, I've just heard on the newspaper readout that this week is going to be a heat wave by one of the tabloids, of course. So yeah, heat wave this week, apparently 21 degrees, but I'm sure last week they were saying that it was going to be snow hell for everyone. I saw the Met Office called them out on the fact checker, being like, no. So there might be another release from the Met Office today, because I have to say, it's chilly. I'm going to go put a jumper on. I've just came out of the pickup and it's far cooler than I thought as well. Yes, what did I get up to over the weekend? Fireworks are cool. I'll put some of the footage up of them. So that was Ramsey Fireworks on Saturday night. Just before them, the Enthusiasts played, which was absolutely spectacular. So that's the band which was formerly known as, I'm going to just stand around the corner out the window actually, formerly known as the Blues Band from Ramsey Grammar School. So that's not the pep band that they used to be. That was something totally different. That was awesome as well. So yeah, the Enthusiasts is a group of students who play with 2 of the teachers helping them, and they are just absolutely phenomenal. Some of the singing voices in there. My lad plays the trumpet as part of it, one of the 2 trumpets, and it's just great to see. Absolutely fantastic. I wish I'd played music. My mum and dad did. They were big into stuff, and then for some reason I just had no interest or no time or whatever when I was that age. But what these guys do is amazing, absolutely amazing. So that was good. They were played. Fireworks were pretty good. They were supposed to be to music, which I didn't actually see any of it to music, but they were good fireworks. Yeah, yesterday, God knows what happened yesterday, it just disappeared. So, I'm going to go crack on. I'm going to go find a jumper because I'm a little bit chilly. This week, I will be trying to wear poppies as well. I've got, this is the new one. This is the 2024. I've got a lovely one which says Ellen Vannin Remembers on it. So, I'm going to try and keep a poppy on at least. When I'm wearing my jumper, I can actually wear a paper poppy, which is my preferred one. I know you're not supposed to stuff it through the jumper, but it's far easier to just stuff it through. So I might try and pick one of them up later, or a few of them, because I do generally wreck them. So yeah, and then this Sunday is Remembrance Sunday, so I will be out in my scout uniform for that, and down at Ramsey. So yeah, right, better get on. Trailer done, jumper on. Yeah, growly lights on the thing. Yeah, so that's it, done. Just heading to weigh it and find out what's in it. I've totally managed to muck up filling it up. So there's still 2 ton left in the mixer because I've managed to do something with the scales on it. So that, hang on, that's better. Yeah, did something with the scales that when you can zero it and put it for gross or net. So what I was trying to do was weigh the beans first and then weigh the barley afterwards, so I could keep a record. So I'm trying to keep a record of everything that's going out this year. So we've got a better idea of what's in the pile rather than a bit of guesswork. So obviously we sent 12 ton out. That's not 12 ton of barley, it's like 10 ton of barley and 2 ton of beans ish, something like that. So trying to keep on top of that. And in the process of that, I managed to reset the gross amount. So the first load, it was overflowing when it said 5 ton on it. And so that shouldn't be doing it. So I put all that through. And then I kind of forgot that I put an extra 2 ton of barley through. And then tried to put 7 ton through in the second one. But it is weighing light, I think. Now this trailer is absolutely chocker full. It is very full, so it'd be interesting to see what it weighs when I get up to the weighbridge, and then we'll know from there. So as I say, I think it is weighing light, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is 12.5 ton in here. If it's 13, it's not weighing light, and I'm messing up majorly on the scales on here, because the scales on here aren't fantastically accurate, but they do give us a rough idea. They're all right for small, just like bags full and running off, rough idea. But with this amount of weight, we need to make sure we weigh it properly. So I'm going to crack on. I'm going to head off up to Derby, to the weighbridge up there. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It looks heavy, feels heavy. Hopefully it is heavy. So that's just coming at 12,240. So like I say, it is a bit lighter than I thought. Considering how full that trailer is, that does seem to be a little bit on the fluffy side, but it is quite dry grain. So maybe that's where the weight difference comes from. Funnily, just on the way up here, let's get some of that noise out of there. I'll lift that before I forget about it. I just drove past. This isn't clicking in for some reason. That's not lifting. Going to have a look at that. Got it working. Don't know what was going on there. It wasn't clicking in. So when you lift the drawbar all the way up, there's a little pin that drops in. For some reason, it didn't want to click in. Why do we put the trailer down here? Well, basically, the tractor and trailer is too long to fit onto the drawbridge, onto the weighbridge. So we put the trailer on and we put it down so that it's off the tractor. So it's just the weight of the trailer. And then all we do is we subtract the weight of the trailer off the total weight. So 17,520 was the total weight. 5,280 is the weight of the trailer, I think, if I remember rightly. So 12,240 is the weight. Yeah, we'll get that back down to the farm now. It has settled a fair bit. I can see just up on the top there on this window on this one. So maybe it's not as full as I want. Maybe it's just a bit fluffy. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully I'll get better in the with the next load, because yeah, this one just didn't do very well. So on this, as I was saying, just as I drove up here, there's a DIY depot down at the bottom of here, of Derby Industrial Estate, and the guys had just wheeled out. I think it is the body of a mock-up body of a Spitfire. I can't remember if it's a Hurricane and the Spitfire, and I literally saw it out of the corner of my eye. And they just wheeled that out of the hangar. Because these are all, this is Derby Airfield, this is the old airfield. I'd like to try and do a drone one day of it, but the prison's there and there's a no-fly zone over that. So I'm not quite sure how far the no-fly zone goes. So I would want to get in touch with them and to do it if I did it, because obviously you still got the runway that way. The prison's near enough next to the other runway which runs this way, 2 runways in this airfield. And then these are all on the aprons. You know, the site here is where one of the big old hangars were, and you can see the old rails in the floor where they were. Obviously that's the hangar-ish, and then the big one over in the back there, I don't know if you can see that one, that's obviously still got the big old doors, the big old folding doors on it. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so obviously it's not a real Spitfire or Hurricane. That'd be really nice if it was, but it is a mock-up of one. Anyway, I'm going to head back, get right down to the farm, and then get on with something else. See you in a bit. Remember the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason and plot. For I see no reason why the 5th of November should ever be forgot. I think something like that. I should have really checked that out first, shouldn't I? But look what I've just found. I found pumpkins. So just come for a quick walk down through the area, and yeah, 3 harlequins. There's a white pumpkin which is growing, and a few other little bits and pieces. So this is where someone left a dummy. This is where the difference comes to last year, because we didn't have as many people, because we didn't have as many pumpkins, because we had a much worse growing season. There's still plants left. Lots of flowers. Let me find some. Oh, I can't get through that way. It's spiky. But it's like, look there. So that's a female flower. You can just see the baby pumpkin on the bottom of it. Let me get, there was a decent sized male flower here. So there's your male flower. There's quite a lot of them. I've literally, oh, and here's the white one. There we go, you see. It's only little, but I'll give it a chance, let it grow. I've only took the harlequins off because their plants were dead. So they were well and truly finished. But yeah, as I was saying, still quite a lot of flowers around. Might not be able to see it, but there's quite a few just up there in that patch. So all sorts going. We might end up with, there's actually quite a lot of little pumpkins. They might come to something, they might not. The weather is warmer. I've got a hat on and I'm regretting it because I'm a little bit hot and sweaty, having just walked up and down 3 times. So yeah, going to carry on with a bit of log splitting this afternoon, I think, because I think I'm more or less done with stuff on the farm. I need to go pick up some fencing material for tomorrow because I'm putting a new fence up for someone. So I might try and do that today as well. But yeah, get some logs split and sorted out. Just done a little bit of a tiny drainage ditch to try and stop the runoff from the silage clamp coming up the yard, because it smells like something's died on your van when you have to drive through it. So that'd be nice to oh yeah, forgot about the log slab. Just a small bit of wood. Yeah, it'd be nice to not have vehicles stinking and keep the yard a bit nicer. So I've just dug a little bit of a trench in the edge of the wall of the clamp to try and direct the effluent flow away from it. Because the people who are doing the farming, it just runs straight out the front of the clamp. So, you know, there's not really much we can do about that because it's not ours. Yeah, I was just really impressed with that. So I'm going to go put these in the pickup and have a go at moving that slab of wood, and then look at splitting some logs. See you in a bit. Just finished the day off down here with a bit of log splitting on the back of the 35. I use a Hi-Pro rotary splitter, which is this thing here. It's basically like a giant corkscrew. So That bites into the log, eats the log, splits it. Ash goes that way, sycamore goes that way. Unsplittables as such, big chunks of knots and all sorts of stuff which are just, yeah, not nice for firewood, go that way because John can use them. They've got a really big fire to heat the workshop, so yeah, they could go in there. So this just runs off the 35, so it runs on basically barely any fuel at all, which is really nice, and lovely view as I'm splitting as well, although you got to kind of concentrate on that. So this is PTO driven, as you can see, straight off the back of the gearbox. So it has loads of power. It doesn't make fantastically neat wood with stuff like ash. You know, that's kind of, you get this screw effect and the strands where it pulls it apart. But with stuff like sycamore, much neater. If the ash was dry, it would obviously do a neater job, but it's not. This tree was felled maybe a month since, I think it is, and was dropped down to me for me to process up. So yeah, and then that's all the bits that didn't get made into logs, because I use that in my chickens and we use it on the paths around. So it's all a nice bit of recycling. There's a few bits here that I'm going to need to cut up. Obviously all the Scots pine needs cutting up. But the like that go into 3, so I'll get the chainsaw out at some point down here, but I'll probably go through everything that I can split first, get that done. Still got my trailer to sort out. I have sourced a new floor for that, so that will be getting done, and then that can go on the back of the 35 with the tipping hydraulics, and it does tip it. It's absolutely great. That was really nice to kind of get sorted out. Hopefully in due course this winter, I'm going to get these lights wired up, because at the moment they're not wired up. They just sat there. So yeah, get all that done. The front lights, there's like a one bulb in there which has got a white light on the front and a red light on the back, and that is it. Obviously this one here is what's called a plough light. I think I am going to move that up onto there, just so it's got a higher position. So the idea of that is it just lights if you're ploughing. So it's just to the back, just like a flood lamp. Doesn't have a brand on it as such, but you know, you could put like a Hella spot lamp or something on there. I might because I've got a little thing which gives me a USB charger, which I could put on there. It's obviously not in keeping with the machine on the edge, but I think I'm going to try and set up some stuff, because if I do get round to getting one of the on-track guidance systems for doing straighter lines, I'd be able to run it on there, but I'd then need somewhere to mount an iPad. So I'm kind of looking at what I can do to allow me to do that, to have somewhere that I can mount an iPad, charge an iPad, and it also might look, I think I've got a set of LED floodlights somewhere that I might just put on it and then have them on a separate switch as well. It is positive return instead of negative return as this, so things are wired the wrong way around, which just takes a little bit of working out, because that just plays with your head a bit. But yeah, he'll get there. I think a bit of lights on it would be handy, particularly for doing anything winter-wise. Obviously the floodlights wouldn't be used on the road or anything like that, because it is road registered and taxed and insured. Not that it does much, but it allows me to take it from here up to my house if I need. And once I've got that trailer sorted, picking up any muck or anything like that can be done with this then. Yeah, really happy with it. It's doing a great job so far. And the few bits that I have changed on it, them stairs have made a massive difference. Last time I had this on it, it rocked side to side, but obviously the 2 stairs, the little red things you can see down there, they keep all that solid, because the hardest thing with this is when it starts throwing itself around left to right. I used to run this on the back of an Izeki somewhere that I worked, which is where I bought it for, to run on that actually, and it was a bit of a mission. We've had it on the back of the Class, I think, and on the back of a 390 as well, Massey Ferguson 390, that was good, because obviously that's 90 horsepower, that's another 50 horsepower on top of this thing. So that was effortless on splitting wood, you know, some really big chunks, and it just pulled through just a tick over. And on the back of a David Brown as well. I lent it to someone who they had it on the back of a David Brown, so yeah, bits and pieces. I'm going to go quickly unload a trailer because I need the trailer emptied for tomorrow to pick up some fencing, to go put some fencing in. So I will see you guys later. Well, I've just managed to totally muck up. I'm out ploughing, as you can see, over there. Put the camera on the plough, came down the road with it, fantastic. Thought that'll get a good bit of footage. Oh, what'll be good is I'll just put the plough in and then plough forward a bit. So I did that, went a couple of meters, look back, camera's not there. Camera is now buried in the field. I've had a look for it, can't find it anywhere. So yeah, that's a kick in the teeth. Somewhere around about here. Somewhere. I have tried to pull over the furrows as best I can to have a look for it, but no success. In the eye. So I'm walking around with a stick here because I ploughed that area, which starts in the middle and works out from both ends as high as I can. If I was to continue ploughing this way from here, I would have to keep reversing back every time or driving around. I need to stop hitting myself in the face with that because I have a conventional plough, not a reversible plough. So what I've done is driven 22 paces from the end. I'm now going to go 22 pace, well, walk up to this end here and walk 22 paces out from there, stick this in and then just aim the tractor at it. Then when I come back down next to it, that then gives me my either side, and I just keep going until I've touched back to this one. You're supposed to measure it far more accurately than that, but it doesn't really matter. Is it a bit late for ploughing? Yes. Am I doing okay? Ish. I can plough here, I can't plough behind where the tractor is. As soon as I go into that area that was rotavated before we subsoiled, I have no traction. I'm just digging holes. So at which point there's no point carrying on. Which point I'm stopping it where it was rotavated and turning around. So hopefully this area will be in a hay style grass next year, and be nice and smooth and level and lovely, and we'll see how we go there. So like I say, now we need to pace out. Not very straight lines. To be honest, traction is an issue. So 22, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Put that in there. And straight down there, there's a tractor. The flag looks like it's had better days as well. Flag's stuck on the top of the flagpole. Yeah, so like I say, it is a bit late for ploughing, but the trouble with this field is it gets quite wet, which is why it's been subsoiled twice. You know, so you've got that way and that way, which breaks it up quite nicely. I'm ploughing not square to them neither, so I'm on an angle to where the subsoils are, so I won't be closing them up too much as I go over them. But yeah, giving it a turn over to stop it getting too wet, because it will get to a point where we can't get on this field. And then, like I say, hopefully into a hay grass early next year. Whether we get some down this year, we'll just have to see what the weather's like, as to whether anything will germinate. But right, I'm going to carry on walking back to the tractor. I'm feeling a bit at the moment. There's this coldy flu going around, and the trouble is it's making me really short of breath as well, which is not great when you're trying to talk and walk and do things and turn sods of soil over. So, all the fun. See you in a bit. How you doing? It's come round Saturday again and doing a bit more on the wall here, just getting this last bit tied in up to there. It's still pretty gutted that I lost my camera. I have been back down and had another look for it and can't see any signs of it. Maybe it'll surface when the power harrow, but I don't know what state it'll be in after that. Yeah, it's a bit of a kick in the teeth, but oh well, all in the name of trying to get a decent shot. Yeah, I should have waited and done it with the GoPro rather than the what is it? Is it Pocket? The DJI Pocket that I had. So yeah, And it had all the bits on it as well. So I've now got the lapel mic and the case that it sits in, and that's it. That's all I've got left of it. Yeah, these areas where we ground out the stump, going to get some compost onto these and get them done. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe and follow us, and we'll see you next week.